D20 World Cup's going on right now, and um, a lot of conflict surrounding it involved players being caught up but not being allowed to go by their clubs. Um, I know at least a few American players were. I think some of the Chicago Fire missed out on the opportunity to go. They had a player that plays in Croatia, and they ended up letting him go. In the end, they changed their mind. Uh, Carney Chukwemeka at Chelsea, promising English talent, played today. Did really good today, by the way. They get called up because Frank Lampard says he's going to get more game time. Didn't. Complete lie, and he just completely missed out on that. Although I think he might be joining in the knockout rounds, but I'm not too sure. But still, I mean, even group stage experience, losing group stage experience is a lot.
Yep. Yep.
Because they develop the chemistry through those games. Um, is it fair? How should players react after this? I don't know.
Um, I would just confirm, like the clubs can't have the power to say no.
Yeah, like the yeah, like I'm asking, is it fair that the clubs have the power to say you can't go?
See, like, but this isn't just for the youth. Like, clubs can say this for like any
Oh,
international
yeah, clubs
team.
can say this for anyone. You can say
Yeah,
in the World Cup if you really wanted to. If
yeah,
you're a league
yeah.
that happens during the World Cup, you could say no if you wanted to.
You
Yeah.
just greatly upset that player, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, like, see, on the one hand, at the end of the day, it's the club is paying the player the money, so they have that kind of say.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're on contract. It's not like the national team is paying them. They're not. The person they're paying them is the club, and they're giving them their money. And they're like, yeah, at the end of the day, we have the final say. And hopefully, if they tell you like you can't go, it's for a good reason. It's whether it's like they don't trust your medical record, or they think that you need more time training here, or
Mm.
I don't know, for whatever reason. Hopefully, the
Right.
reasons they give you are good. But there
Right.
are those few cases where like the club says no, and you're kind of wondering why they say no,
Yeah.
and you don't think it's a good idea for you to stay. Like, there's no good reason for you to stay, but you have no choice because the club's telling you can't go.
Yeah.
And at that point, that's when it gets a little unfair, and we can start like saying like, "Yo, what the heck? What's up with that?" But honestly,
Mm.
I'm not completely against clubs having the full power,
Mm.
but I think also the players should, they need to have a strong say in this because it's their career that gets affected whether they
Right. That
stay or
gets
whether they go.
affected. Interesting. Honestly, I wasn't expecting
Yeah,
that. I think I'm leaning towards more of the opposing it. Personally, I think it's I can understand from a club's perspective, but I also can't. Um, you are in one way limiting this player from growth because it eliminates them from like if a C20 World Cup, that's a big experience. They're playing against players that they're
yeah,
going to playing with, and against players they're going to play with and against for a lot of their career because they're all the same age. You know, that's pretty big. Um, I think to it, there is no situation where it's a positive look for the club. Chicago Fire, for one example, they have not been firing on any cylinders for years now. Um, Nothing, and you have talents that are being caught up for their country because they're the best of that age group, meaning they could be the best in 10 years in that age group at the time too, with the right growth and development. And you're not letting them go. You look selfish. The players aren't going to stay. If I'm not trusted by my club to go and play over there, Argentina right now, for example, that's where they're playing. If I'm not trusted to go over there and play, why am I staying? Like, why does the club not have enough faith in me to just like let me do my thing and I'll come back a better player? Um, Instead of just like, you know what, let's just sit on him now. He can play with us now and he'll be fine. Won't be that big of a deal. He like I would always have that resentment against my club for not
yeah,
letting me go to this
yeah,
one, especially just this is not a prediction. I'm just saying if the U.S. team wins it and you don't get to be part of that, that's big.
yeah.
That's really big.
Agreed.
Um, I'd be upset, very upset. Um, And this also kind of relates to the whole MLS scheduling thing. Like most leagues are still going on right now, but when the knockout rounds happen, a lot of leagues aren't, which is why a lot of leagues or a lot of clubs are sending their players in the knockout rounds, especially if they're a big part of their club um, atmosphere or their push for whatever win, whatever. Um, if the MLS isn't stopping soon, they have no chance to even join during the knockout round. It's just no, you're just gonna stay. You got to watch from home. Text them, congratulations, that's it. Um, but that's a whole other thing. And we have a video about the MLS scheduling thing, by the way, if you guys want to go check that out. Little plug there.
Yeah, little plug,
Um,
nice. I like that.
you know, what can I say? Um, there is no positive outcome of not sending your player.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. I think it's dumb.